Let's pour one out for Cruise, a great company that is going away very soon as GMD funds it. And in honor of that, I wanted to give a tour of some of the Cruise swag I have. Actually, all the Cruise swag I still have. And I realized I've got a lot of it, and a lot of it is really dear to me. All right, we're going to start here. This is the in late Cruise. This was released. It's the Cruise Origin plushie. So it is a autonomous car, our car of the future, and in plushy form. So it's nice and soft. It goes on a bookshelf well, and it has these little antlers that are where the sensors would go. That's representing that. Now, similar in this three-dimensional world, we have a Cruise Origin Lego set, which I personally think was even cooler and awesome. Um, if I remember right, this was designed by some employees internally. I don't know your name, but you're awesome, and you created this. And using Bricklink to get the custom pieces, and then we as employees could order with them to get the pieces, and they would come, and there would be this like instruction set, and you put it together, and you can see there's people inside. You can put little minifigs in there, and it closes, and it's just like it rolls. It's awesome. It's just like this is one of my favorite pieces. It was such a good idea that that year or the year after, the company for the holiday gift um, had a Cruise Origin set put together. So this is by a company that like, you give them a thing and they design a set for it and then they ship it out and I guess, the cost is easier or something. I never put the set together yet. It's a little simpler. Maybe I'll put it together this year. We'll see. But Lego Origins, big hit. And it was such a good idea that the Cruise A110, so the bolt-based platform. This was produced after this. So this was produced first, and then we were like, this is so good. Let's do this one, because this was the one that was actually on the road, the A110 based on the Bolt. And so, again, put it together, and we ordered the pieces and got them, and they put in a little funny touch, which is this cone up front, which is a reference to the cars getting coned, where various people who didn't like self-driving cars, or really just didn't like cars in general, but they knew they could mess with self-driving cars, would put cones in the hood, and it would cause the car to stop because it's like there's something in my way. Okay. In honor of Cruise, when it was like going out and really doing a lot big marketing push, one thing we did is we bought a endorsement with the San Francisco Giants. So in honor of the San Francisco Giants, we had a little Hot Wheels cars created. Now this is really important to me personally because I did the onboarding program. That was one of the things I did at Cruise, and I was part of creating the Hot Wheels Quest game to introduce people to the company and like how the stack works. And so Hot Wheels, I was like, I gotta have that. So I have it. It's still in its case. So like when I'm a grandfather and passing it on to my kids, it can be like, you have a mint condition Cruise A110 that I'm sure will be really valuable for this company that people will definitely remember. And there was a badge somewhere for that. Oh, is that it? Aha. Oh, yeah. Here's the card from the San Francisco Giants endorsement deal for it. All right. Moving on. Okay. The picnic blanket. So, also in later Cruise, we started getting some interesting stuff. I don't remember what event this was at, but look, check this out. It is a fold out blanket that you could like bring to the park and lay down on, and it went into me and my family's um, collection of blankets we bring around to parks because it's just it's a pretty good blanket, and you know what? It's funny and cool to have like a car like that, just some like unique thing on a blanket. But that's not all for blankets. Going back in time to some early Cruise, there was a holiday party hosted somewhat near me, and on the way out, they were handing out some really interesting swag, which was, where is it? Aha! A faux, like lamb's wool Cruise blanket that all has is like a Cruise on it. Now this one's really nice and soft. It's small. It's like really perfect for putting over your legs while you're like watching a movie or taking a nap. It was so good. I got two of these on the way out, and we still use them. They're upstairs in our ottoman. Ah, oh, okay. So One thing I had the privilege of doing at Cruise was doing some of the videos for Instagram to explain our technology. And as part of that, the marketing team was like, we got to dress this guy up like Cruise. And we can't just give him just a Cruise shirt. Well, they did give me a Cruise shirt for the first set of those videos. But for the second set of those videos, they made a custom Cruise sweater. So I think this is a one of a kind, if I understand it correctly, one of a kind swag item that I own that they gave to me. So it's a Cruise A110 on my shirt, on my sweater. It's really nice. Water bottles. So I have had a couple water bottles and I actually still use these. Well, I used this one long enough, when it was a total fad to have this style of water bottle. I used it so much until like the cap like kind of became unglued and didn't properly seal right. But here it is. I could still bust this out. But the one that I use even more is this one. So this one's from way long ago. You can see the older Cruise branding that doesn't match the later Cruise branding. There we go. This one is an insulated, like great for coffee mug, and I still use this for like my hot drinks when I'm on the go in the car, or when I'm on the go and I want hot drinks. I had this so long that I broke the top. The plastic just eventually gave out, and one of my friends at Cruise, shout out to Sean Michael, was like, "Oh, you can have mine." So thank you, Sean Michael. I still have it, and I still love it. Okay. Oh, and now we're going into the bonus round, or the lightning round, of shirts. So there's a lot of t-shirts at Cruise that we got over the years, as you do at a company. Let's look at some of those. So there's some of the common logo ones. Like this is a later era Cruise shirt. Nothing too special, but it was fine. I think for me, it fit a little tight and around the shoulders, but loose around otherwise, like most shirts do. Um, Older style logo, but still this shirt. What else do I have? Moving a little back in time. Yeah. Oh. This one was, I think, from the holiday party at some point. Well, no, actually, this is a reference to Phoenix. I don't know where I picked this up, but it was Cruise in Phoenix. This is another Phoenix shirt that I picked up when I was visiting there. They were like, you flew down to teach us things. Here, take some swag. So that's where I got this. I think it's also where I actually got this bottle originally. And then also, there was this design, Cars in Love. And then one of my personal favorites, this design. I'm wearing it actually. So I got two of these shirts and I really like it because, you know what, this design just like, it comes together. It's not too much and it's using, it's call out to the cars. So way before the cars looked like this, which is what most people who didn't work at Cruise early on think of the cars, because this is what they saw. Before the cars looked like this with this hat on it, they had two sticks that went up that had lidars on it there. So they looked kind of like antenna ones. And it was kind of cool. You could make anthropomorphize the cars using that. And we did in the shirt. So that's where they show up here. That's how they showed up here. And that's how they showed up in these shirts, which was, it's a great shirt. It fits well. I like it. I still wear it. So thank you to whoever got those shirts. I know getting shirts is a whole thing, and I appreciate it. I still got it. And this brings me to one of my special edition shirts I have, which is not Cruise approved colors, but it was made for the Cruise rec soccer team, because we would go out and we played soccer and we needed a uniform. So we got an orange shirt because Cruise was using orange at the time. Maybe not this orange, but we were using orange as a company color. And the Belugas was our name. Why Belugas? Well, one of the more well-known cars, we named all our cars. One of the cars was named Beluga. It was a well-known car. And with each generation of hardware that came in, when we replaced the fleet, we gave them a new set of names. So Beluga wasn't around later on, but it was a well-known car early on at Cruise. I got two of those because, you know what? We played soccer. All right. Now, any company that's doing a lot of R&D is nothing without a bunch of milestones and celebration when you reach those milestones. And one of the things we gave out was pins. So this is the pin I could find. Let's see if you can focus on that. There we go. Milestone Titan. So Cruise had early on, when it was far away from like fully getting cars on the road autonomously, we had a set of milestones that we needed to reach. This was also before GM was taking on outside investors, and those were named, if I remember right, Sputnik, Titan, Atlas, and Apollo. So each one of those had different metrics to hit as far as like how many autonomous miles are you doing? How many miles are being driven between disengagements? Like how independent are these cars? So they had quantity and quality metrics associated with that. And as the company hit those, we celebrated, and certain rewards to the company and certain stock shares were given out to employees based on hitting those performance milestones, which was pretty cool. And we celebrated with pins. So I don't know where my Sputnik pin is. I might have lost that one, but I got the Titan one, and there are other ones out there as well. Okay, moving on in. So, the thing that was probably the most commonly prized across Cruise was your 1 year jacket. So you would get a jacket. So this is a zip up, kind of warm sweater, long sleeve at your 1 year mark. Let me see if I got the one on here. Oh no. Now, this one was my replacement one. Ugh. So when the pandemic hit, we all had to leave really quickly, and I, to my shame, left my 1 year jacket at the office and only realized many months later, because when you're home, you're not looking for that jacket. Couldn't go into the office, and when I finally went back in, I couldn't find it. Looks at lost and found, couldn't find a complete match. I think I did find this one, and I was like, okay, this is a later vintage. The original ones were orange and had like that one with a circle around the one on it, and that one still holds a special spot in my heart. But it's my 1 year jacket. It was the thing you got upon being at Cruise for 1 year, and it was sort of like the only status symbol swag we had, and pretty modest at that. 1 year, you get a jacket. It was pretty nice. And then lastly, I think the most unique, prized, and used Cruise item I have was a custom-made mug. And this was not produced by the company. This was produced by my coworker Jen, and she took the Cruise brand sticker, and she's a potter, and so she put it on there. She understands how to like lay it on and then glaze the rest so that you get some negative space on it. So this is an excellent mug. She also makes it big enough to put a reasonable amount of stuff in. It's got a lip so you can hold it, and it says Cruise just really clearly, orange, and it's simple. It's great. So one of my favorite pieces of swag from Cruise I've got. Whew. All right. I think that's my tour of Cruise swag. If you have other stuff that I didn't name, like post a picture, I would love to see it. This was really fun. I hope you have a collection and you enjoy it too. Let's pour one out for Cruise. It was a really great run. We did great things, learned a lot, and produced a lot of great technology, and along the way, some really good swag.